Barbie, it is so wonderful to meet you. How are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm good. I can't praise you enough for your role in this film. I wanted to give you, from the minute I saw you, a big giant hug. How can anybody resist Lily? I mean, how did you played complex women before in some of your other roles? How did you find your way in to relate to her?
Oh gosh, it was really easy for me to relate to Lily. I think she's a completely different person in every way, shape, and form, but the emotions and the heart of it my is my inner child. I like to say that. I feel like I really led this character with my inner child that needed the healing and kind of always playing into that loneliness and that lack of guidance, lack of love, and what happens when someone has just been trying to figure it out for so long without anyone helping.
Yeah.
It was actually Lily. It means so much to me, and I can totally relate to her issues with her father and her family. And so it just felt like Tracy Lehman, who's the writer and director,
Yeah.
we spoke a lot about our own personal experiences and kind of merged it into this one character, and then added different background and context, and it just birthed this beautiful, sweet little Lily who is just so earnestly trying to find connection.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to speak to Tracy. I just loved her. And I said, who these days has the guts to even explore on the internet to make sure that this person isn't catfishing, isn't the creep, and it's just such a beautiful story. And I said, you know what? At the end of the day, what I got from this is there still is good out there, right?
Absolutely. And I think everyone's on the internet, to my grandma, to a 5-year-old on their iPad. There's got to be some good. It's like how we are moving on with the future. We're all going to be on the internet. It's only going to get more and more in our lives. So
Yeah.
it's nice to have a story where it's the positives of it. And I've definitely felt a lot of positives from the internet. So it's not always so dark and sad and lonely, but it can actually help people find each other.
Well, I was going to ask you that because being in the position that you're in, and especially being on a show, something, like Euphoria, for God's sake, everybody and their dog watch that show. I mean, it's like, it's not even my demo, and I couldn't wait to have it come on every week. It was
Yeah.
so captivating, but it made people go to the internet and talk about it and make comments, whether they're positive or negative. How do you deal with that kind of stuff, that attention?
Oh gosh, Euphoria was this like whirlwind, and it still is to this day. I actually I loved being on it because I feel like I manifested it when I was a kid because I've always loved like raunchy teen dramas that put a stamp on that
Yes.
generation. And I am so lucky that I get to be part of that. Like whenever someone watches Euphoria, they're gonna be like, this was made in 2018. Like this is like a perfect capsule of what the
Sure.
angst and the problems with the generation really are and how we've maneuvered it. So it's actually it's cool to be part of it, but it was really strange being a 22-year-old playing this really unique character.
Yeah.
For
Yeah, yeah,
sure.
yeah, she was. She was. I'm going to miss you, but look,
Yeah.
clearly you've gone on to some great stuff here. And
Oh,
I
thank
want
you.
to ask you, you've got some such great co-stars in this film. I mean, let's clearly start with John Leguizamo. The guy is, another person who he is who he is. He's so genuine. He's such a sweet, sweet man. Did you guys just bond immediately?
Absolutely. John and I are both from Queens. We're both Latinos. We have a lot in common. And he's such a legend. It feels like a full circle moment because I grew up watching his stuff as a
Right.
little kid in Queens and always wanting to be an actor. And then I get to work with someone who's so iconic, such an iconic New Yorker Latino who is just so cool, has worked with the coolest directors, and just has like this gorgeous legacy that is
Ugh.
just he built that is iconic. So for me, it's really inspiring to see someone like him because I'm pretty new. I'm just starting out. He's been in this. He said I think 4 decades he's been in this industry. So it's
Yeah.
really cool to be around like such a veteran actor who's so iconic.
Yeah, he's just wonderful. You guys have such a good rapport. It's just lovely, honest to God. Okay, next. I know that you just did your Broadway debut. So did you get to speak a lot off camera with Rachel Bay Jones? I mean, another legend.
She's amazing. Oh my, Rachel is incredible. I want her to be able to I want her to read me lullabies to sleep. Like I just want her to read sing lullabies to me, read me like stories to sleep. Her voice is so tender, and her in the role is just perfect. She is the perfect like kind of like a little bit hesitant. She's like the only person who kind of thinks this is weird, which obviously the situation is a little strange.
Yeah.
But these two lonely people do come together, and she really softens it and makes it like really hit at the end. I mean, she's incredible
Oh,
and she's an amazing theater actress.
absolutely, right? I know I said to her, I go, oh my God, I didn't know I needed a box of Kleenex for the end of this film. Like it
Yeah.
really, just lovely. And then French Stewart, who, again, another like the scenes that you have with him as your dad. I mean, oh man, that had to have been tough to do, I think, because he's a
Well, the
good
thing
guy, you know?
French is a great guy. And the thing is, like, what was kind of hard for me was that he was so funny that it, like, he would be so mean to Lily, but it would be so smart and like slick that I would like have to hold in a laugh sometimes. And a lot of the improv that he didn't make it into the movie so that we could make Robert a less like villainous kind of like, as Tracy says, like twirling the mustache villain. But French is just such a sweetheart and possibly the funniest person I've ever met. So even though we were having these really intense scenes with each other, right after it, it's like he's cracking jokes, I'm cracking jokes. It really helped kind of lighten the situation because these are really tough scenes to do. But it was
Absolutely.
great because we really he's such a father figure and so incredible and so talented that even though he was mean to me in the movie, he was such a delight outside.
I can imagine. Yeah, yeah.
Could you
You
imagine? I
really
was like,
lucked
he's
out.
actually so mean to me outside too. He was in character the whole time.
No, you seriously lucked out with every co-star you've had in this film. I wonder, Barbie, when you after you, with all the roles that you've played so far, how do they change you? How do they make you, especially somebody like Lily after playing her, and how does that make you think and take a little bit from each one of your roles, and do they change you in any way? Make you
Oh my
think
gosh.
about life?
Playing Lily has changed the way I think about life, my craft, how I act. I think I really, in this project, because it was so emotional and there was so much depth to it, and there was no shying away from her vulnerability. I
Yeah.
decided, as the character, me and Tracy decided this character is a broken person who really doesn't hide anything. Um, it really changed my process and how I can kind of get into it and how I, as an actor, take on those scenes that are really tough. I
Yeah.
can't, it's weird because I can't even put into words exactly what it is, but it just felt like, I learned so much about myself as a person and as an actor. I learned how to quiet my mind so that I can feel everything in the scene without getting in the way of myself or overthinking. I always have that battle as an actor. I'm like,
Yeah.
what do I overthink? What don't I? What do I plan? What don't I plan? And this film really opened my eyes to that. And it was so close to home for me
Mm.
that I didn't even know half of the
Mm.
things that were coming out. They just came out in the scene. It wasn't planned. I didn't think about it. It just happened. And I think that's why this movie resonates with so many people because it wasn't just me. It was like the crew who was
Yes.
crying. We were all just so emotional with every step of the way because we cared so much for Lily and we cared so much about Tracy, who was telling her story. So it
Yeah.
just was, it just changed me as a person, as an actor forever.
Yeah. And I think everybody needs to go to a rage room. What do
I
you
agree.
think?
I agree. I was having a tough day that day and I got to actually do the rage room. Fantastic.
Yeah, like just get
Fantastic.
it out that way. It's safe, and then
That's
you
a little
can
bit
go
better time.
cathartic. Yeah, and one more thing I want to ask you about the film, and then I know I probably have other people coming after me, but I just have to know about your chosen family because being an actor, you go on a different set, and no matter what, this is your chosen family. But for some reason, I don't know, like this one, I think you'll be talking to these people forever.
Oh, absolutely. Since we've wrapped the movie, I talk to Tracy all the time. Like it's because it was so special and we all know how special it was. It feels like we're all connected in this
Yeah.
story, in Tracy's life and each other's lives. It's very beautiful. I love it. And I get to see them again doing all this press stuff because they're busy.
Yes.
John is busy, French is busy, Rachel's busy. So it's nice that we get to all be together and promote this like wonderful little film that we did just from out of the love of our hearts.
Yeah, I love it. And just to wrap it, yes, you just got off Broadway. You did Cult of Love with two of my favorite actors, Zachary Quinto and Shailene Woodley. Amazing people. What was that like for you to be up there, do that live theater in front of that audience on Broadway. My God, congratulations.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. At first I was terrified. I was like, I felt like the over prepared like dork because I felt like everyone had so much more experience than me. And but that quickly went away. I mean,
Yeah,
we became an actual family. We still have a group chat that like to this day is blown up every single day. A couple of
nice.
my castmates came to see the screening of Bob Trevino, Molly Bernard, Christopher
Oh,
Sears, David Rossi was there, Rebecca
oh,
Henderson. Roberta came to see a screening in New York. You know, it felt like it was so wonderful to have like a large ensemble too, where we could like we really got so close. We're spending
yeah,
all day together, 6 days a week.
right.
It was so fun. Oh, I can't wait to do it again.
I hope we will see you again. Well, listen, you are a delight, Barbie. I honestly, I can't praise you enough for your job in this film. It really is one of my favorite films I've seen so far. I'm Critics' Choice, and I'm going to really get it out there for when we have to vote for next year. But I'm going to raise the roof on this. So hopefully,
Oh,
I'll
appreciate
meet
it.
you in person at the award ceremony. Let's
Oh,
make a
hell yeah,
date
I'll
on that.
take it.
Okay.
I'll take it. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
my
I
dear.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your time today, and best of luck, and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank you, you too.
Okay, Barbie, take care. Thank
Bye.
you. Okay, bye bye.